Do you realize in the core, in the book of Genesis chapter 12, it was written the Lord had said. That means God had told Abraham. It's not the Lord said, but the Lord what? Had said. So since the Lord had said, Abraham now went and told his father that this is what is going on. He didn't have a problem with the national level, the kindred level. The problem was the father level. In verse 31, notice that in view of the fact that Abraham's dad believed that he was mad, he accepted, in order to satisfy the curiosity of his son, he accepted to accompany him to this place that he claims he was being led to go. Are you with me? But if you check the travel party, you will discover that it was Terah that was in charge of the travel. Terah was not the... Okay, you are not following me. Terah was not the person that was called. The call required movement. Now Terah is in charge of the travel party. And Terah does not recognize the terms and conditions of the movement, because it is what? Get thee out of thy country. Get thee out of what? Thy kindred. Get thee out of thy father's house. So you know, the third level was not yet accomplished, because Terah had decided to become a principality standing in the way of the possibility of this man. It will interest you to know that Abraham was called at the age of 25. Terah now decided to be the head of the travel party. It was Terah that conscripted Lot into the travel fold. And they went forth with them from all of the Chaldees to go into the land of Canaan. And they came unto Haran and dwelt there. Now it was Canaan that they were headed. The sat-nav was programmed for Canaan, but when they arrived at Haran, they did what? Now click, if you have an electronic Bible, click on Haran and find the Hebrew word that is translated Haran. What does it mean? You are not following me. This my class is not yet, my class is not ready. Have you clicked it? Haran. Oh my God, you are not a good researcher. Now, they found an elevated land and they dwelt there. And that was where they squandered 50 years. And God had to kill Haran, Terah, before Abraham. He now reminded Abraham that, you see, you are still called. So the next chapter now said, the Lord had said unto Abraham. So it means that God renewed the calling again. I hope you understand that there is a context in which God will increase you. There is a context in which God will bless you. It's within the context of your purpose, the context of your ordination, the context of that which God has written concerning you. If you operate outside of it, you will not have access to the supply of grace to make you increase. Because your life will not be implementing an agenda that was captured before the foundation of the world. Everything stood in the way, because I don't know what you passed through in 9 years, but Satan can be idle in your life until you receive a calling. Then all hell now breaks loose. The story of increase in the life of Abraham was a story that existed in spite of Satan, in spite of darkness. There is a pattern that God wants to unfold for all of us. so that God's intention to enlarge your coast will be implemented. So the Lord has said unto Abraham, get thee out. So it's not a new message, it's an old message. It's just that there have been contentions around it, and its implementation is not in sight. It was when he became 75 years old that he now had the opportunity to constitute the travel party. 50 years gone on the mountain. Please help me ask your neighbor, how long do you want to wait? The implication of his obedience was that he was going to be countryless, clanless, and fatherless. And the meaning of that was that God wanted to strip him of every support system that the world could offer him. Historically, all of the Chaldees is a cradle of civilization. The first civilized community that ever existed upon the face of the earth was all of the Chaldees. Its technological system, its educational system, archaeologists have unearthed so many details about the kind of civilization that existed within that sociological space, and it is mind-blowing. In fact, some of their technologies and the discoveries that they made are lost because they were capable of mighty feats in those days. So if you are asking Abraham to leave all the Chaldees, it's as if you are asking someone to leave America and for him to go somewhere. Okay, we'll not mention the name. Somewhere. So he was traveling from civilization into darkness. He was traveling from light into obscurity. If God decides to lead you into darkness, will you still trust and follow him? And that's the reason why not everybody is blessed. It takes a crazy man that is willing to walk by faith to enter into territories that normal carnal people cannot access. This man became countryless, he became clanless, he became fatherless. And are you here? It will also interest you to know that it was when he decided to yield to this journey. Are you there? That was when he became a Hebrew. It is the things he encountered with God, in obeying God, he gave him a new language. I will show you when he was called a Hebrew. You are not following me. You still have your old language of defeat, your old language that is a product of your experience. You are now a philosopher in the ways of impossibility. Your language never changed because you never trusted, you never walked with God. If you walk with God, you will learn a language, a new language. That language is not found among carnal people, among fleshly people. Only men of faith can learn this language. In the book of Genesis chapter 12, verse 6, you know, when you want to move in America from one place to the other, you need your sat-nav, you need Waze, you need Google Map. So let me show you the Google Map. The Google Map is in the book of Genesis 12:6. And Abram passed through the land unto the place of Shechem. He will lead all of us in this room. This is how he will lead all of us. He will take you through Shechem. There are many options of where you can go. But if you are a prototype of Abraham, you must pass through Sikkim. Click on Sikkim and find the root meaning of Sikkim. What is the meaning of Sikkim? Shoulder. Now, you see, the Hebrew people, they don't carry their load on the head. Hebrew people, they bear their load on the shoulder. So the shoulder is a place of weight. The way God is going to... Are you still here? I'm just laying the foundation. We have not started the journey. I'm just laying the foundation. I'm painting the picture, and I insist that you understand it before we go to the next level and the next level. And then you will now find out why many people decide that they don't want to enter into the economy of blessing. It's not because God is not offering it. Sikkim is shoulder, is a place of the weight. So when you become a victim under God's hand, a specimen through which he wants to manifest his glory, he will allow pressure to come into your space, such pressure that you have not been trained to handle. The sat-nav is pointing to Sikkim. There are many options, but when you put the address, it will take you through Sikkim. Come with me, let me show you Sikkim from the New Testament. 1 Corinthians chapter. No, 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 1. It will take you through Sikkim. So if we give the mic to Apostle now to give us a testimony of these 9 years, how did you start? He will tell you of Sikkim. You have your own branded Sikkim that you had to pass through. It was when you survived Sikkim, you now knew that if I didn't go down now, then I won't go down again. The reason is because God doesn't want to raise weaklings. If you allow the eagle, because the nest that an eagle prepares for the eaglet is so comfortable, it's just like what you sleep upon in the night. So if the eagle wants the eaglet to learn how to fly, it rips it apart and then he pushes the eaglet. The eaglet will fall like a stone. Just before he hits the ground, the eagle will pick the eaglet. They'll go back home. Tomorrow morning, he will throw that eaglet out again. Just before the eaglet hits the ground, he will pick. Until a day comes when the eaglet now begins to... It's afraid, but he now... You will not escape Sikkim because you have faith capacity. You have faith energy, faith possibility that is tied to the operations of God in your human spirit. And God wants you to begin to walk by faith. But you don't want to walk by faith. You want to understand where the next paycheck will come from. You want to understand where the next blessing will come from, where the next supply will come from.